Say that again for me, big dog? No, maybe I misheard that. A third time? Boy! Alright, time to peek Season 4, Episode 8 of TenSura. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and of course Patreon. You can catch the full live reactions to all these episodes and more. Let's jump into it. The gun problem has made things far more interesting. Half of Rimuru's people would nuke the world if they looked at Rimuru wrong. There's a genuine reason why you wouldn't want to have a demon lord in a human council. I do think she's the most interesting antagonist we've had so far. Given past antagonists and villains, I mean, she's the most interesting for sure. Well, that is definitely shooting for the stars. How do you propose you do that? Are we trying to brainwash her, like make her go crazy? Like if we give her something, does it make her lose control? He's like, damn it, I was really gonna beat the shit out of that son of a bitch when this is all said and done. The Rimuru butt plugs coming soon to a shelf near you. Like, who wants their fork like that? Call me crazy. Just the general fear of a demon lord is one thing. You also have people that if they said, go fuck yourself, Rimuru, that fiery death stare would have happened. You know, I'm a harmless little slime. Death to all. Oh my god, Rimuru, chill! Wait, hold up. Bro's about to get himself He's gonna get himself blasted, bro. Is this the equivalent of, like, don't enter a stranger's van in this world, don't enter a demon lord's door? Now, the death of Milim. Do I think it's gonna happen? No. Do I think there's at least 0.1% chance we should be concerned? Yes, I'm not ignorant enough to say things can't happen. But it is interesting when you put yourself in Maribel's shoes. She seems very confident. She's talking about how the thing we got from the dragon's cave, is that another dragon? Probably unlikely. Is it an item to make her go crazy? Potentially. It's an interesting situation, and I think a lot of people are going to make the mistake of being like, oh my god, what an idiot. I definitely think it's the wrong play, but power definitely makes you think that you can do no wrong. But the thing about this is that she does not have the same perception that we do. We follow Rimuru. We get to see all the ins and outs of his society and what characters like Milim are capable of. Where the vast majority of the world, like 99.99% of it, if not more, basically just hear rumblings. There's a reason why Veldora's name is scaring the living shit out of the general public, because of the accomplishments and feats that he had. There's other characters that probably deserve just as much fear on Rimuru's side, but that's how the general perception of the world will feel about characters based on what they've seen. While she recognizes Milim is a danger and a threat and powerful, the fact that she is presenting it as, I think I can do this, you know, it's hard for me to say 100% one way or another if she's an idiot here or not, because I don't have a bird's eye view of her life. We have to consider the fact that the same way she doesn't have all the information that we have on Rimuru's side, we don't have all the information on hers. We only see very small handfuls of scenes with her. And every time I see her, the more interesting she becomes. She's definitely making a mistake, in my opinion, and I think the general reactions from pretty much everyone here, I mean, both sides are kind of like, are you sure about that? Yuki was the kind of one that being like, well, I can actually kind of see where you're coming from, and it didn't come across as simple brainwashing, but more of, I can understand it. But at the end of the day, this is very much, I think, another scene that will go misunderstood, because what an idiot villain, we're gonna show her. But I don't get the impression, we have had villains in Slime where you just felt like, oh, they're an idiot, they're hungry on power, they think they're indestructible, and then they fall on their face and you laugh. I don't get that same impression here. That's why I think she's the most interesting antagonist we've had, because her general motives, well, I'm not denying the fact that she is also driven by power, it's crystal clear she is, but you have to also consider what a threat a demon lord like Rimuru is, and how his general people, I mean, in this very episode, Rimuru deadass has a record scratch moment of, what do you mean I'm a peaceful little slime? Bitch, you have people on your side that if they look at you the wrong way, they want to shoot up a school. That's not even an exaggeration. His people, half of them are crazy that are like his most devoted followers. If you look at it from a human point of view, Rimuru being involved in a council and all that is dangerous. And I think that's what makes this whole dynamic super fascinating. I definitely think she's also wrong. I don't think we should support her, but I feel like this season we're seeing a lot of very black and white opinions of things. And it's quite fascinating to me, because I think the reason I like this season so much is that The meetings have all been interesting. They've all had fresh perspectives. We haven't been rehashing the same thing. The antagonist is much more complex than we often see in this show. I've liked the previous antagonist, but this is just so much more complex if you ask me. And honestly, the general fights that we've had, as, you know, a few of them, we haven't had a whole lot. Just everything about this, it kind of feels to me like we're representing every single season of Slime in one cohesive package that just slaps all the other seasons behind. Now, what I like about Rimuru is that as soon as the gun problem became a problem, he decided to say, I'm going to strap my people up too. And this is important, right? Because the guns are going to be dangerous. You have to consider the fact that most of the people in Tempest could be killed by a gun. Like, I'm not talking about the legendary figures, the Veldoras of the world, right? But, you know, general fucking civilians that are living in Tempest, gotta worry about that. But there is also the magical combination, which I've been talking about well before I was vindicated last week of like, oh yeah, magic and bullets can go crazy. The thing that's very smart is that he's immediately saying we also need to arm ourselves, because this could be a threat long term. Now, I don't know who it will be, but at some point, a big character will suffer some sort of fate from a gun. You can make an argument, I have spoiler knowledge now, but I don't even consider. I don't know who, but I feel fucking vindicated because up until last week, the only comments I've had about the gun problem is that I'm overreacting, that I have nothing to worry about. These characters are indestructible. And I'm like, maybe people just have seen less anime than me. But even when I look at how this world operates, I didn't expect a teleporting bullet, but I was expecting fire wrap bullets and all these other things. And I thought up until last week, the people in my comment section flaming me were source readers who were spoiling me that I was worried about nothing, because that's happened before. And then last week I had source readers literally say, who the fuck told you not to worry? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Now, I wasn't given specifics, but that vindicates me. It makes me say, yes, I'm going to take a victory lap, because even last week, the same people were saying you still don't need to worry. Even though I keep saying magic plus bullets, because they're like, well, Glenda's working with us now. Do you think she's the only one who's going to have a magical bullet? I don't know. Maybe people just don't think about anime as far as I think about it, because I like to think outside the box. I like to speculate. And here's the thing. I don't know the actual math, but probably 60% of my theories across the board have come out wrong. But that's part of the fun, you know? You speculate, you theory craft, you try to interpret things beyond surface level, because if you just take things for what they are, like, I mean, on one hand, maybe sometimes plot twists catch you off guard more, but I almost fully believe that most of the people who bitch about, oh, I don't like how the ending went, or I don't like how this plot twist went, are because they didn't read between the lines up to that point, so they think it came from thin air. Where I like to examine, and I will get a lot wrong, but I'll get things right. I get it right with anime originals, and I get it wrong with anime originals. This is one of those things that I still feel like something will happen. I don't know what. The only thing I feel confident in is that Rimuru won't die from a gun. Other than that, I think anyone is on the table. It will just depend on the magical combination. But anyway, I feel very happy because I really thought it was for weeks and weeks spoilers, like coming from source readers telling me to stop speculating because they didn't like me having fun. But it makes me feel good to have source readers say, no, Brandon, keep on speculating. I honestly don't have an opinion on which character I should worry about, though. It's going to be crazy when it happens. It'll probably take like fucking 10 seasons, but at some point, I will come up here. I will be done YouTube and I will come up here. Mortals! I was right! It'll bring me great joy. Anyway, that was a fan-fucking-tastic episode of Slime. Seriously, best season. Everything about it is so fun. If we ever get Slime Diaries, just focus on Slime Diaries in the Coliseum. I think that'd be fun as fuck. Either way, great stuff. You can let me know your thoughts down below. Make sure you leave a like, show your support, subscribe, ring that bell, and Patreon for live reactions to everything over there and other exclusives, because you know I got to give those video shows to my patrons, make it all possible over here on YouTube. Alright, so today we got Derek Nickel, Little Big Trouble, Don't Show My Name, Darthwin Wright, Eric Barton, Ironis, Jeff, Dawn, Restart Coon, Squilton, and we also have Shadow Cyber Demon. So I appreciate the support. Please take care. You know, have a good one.